Well, welcome back to the Gobby Gaffer over here in Germany, where I'm managing Hamburg. And, well, if you didn't watch the last episode, it's kind of a must-watch episode. It was a bit frustrating and no trophy lift, although, as you can see here, it's actually a shield that we won for winning Bundesliga 2. Yes, we're in the Bundesliga, and, well, there's been lots of changes, so I think we'd better get stuck into, well, let's have a look what's been going on. And we're going to jump straight into the finances, and as you can see, a healthy bank balance there of about 15.5 million. We did receive 15 million for winning Bundesliga 2, so and I have sold quite a few players, so you know the bank balance is looking quite good. No transfer budget left, and the wage budget, we're about 5,000 under the wage budget, so I have moved most of the transfer budget over. But anyway, as you can see, the finance is looking not too bad. Let's have a look where I've spent my money. So as you can see, I've raised 8.75 million, and the players going out there are Marco Johansson, 100,000. Most of these players didn't generate an awful lot. I mean, if you played Football Manager before, you will know when you're trying to sell a player, you have to hope the game will let you sell the player in the first place, and the values you get are just ridiculous. When you go in to buy a player, however, whatever the player's value is, well, you can sometimes double it. I mean, it's just off the scale ridiculous. But anyway, let's not be too whingy. Let's get into it. So the next one is Königsdorfer, and he went for 325,000. Gandhert, 20,000. Glatzel, you might be surprised about. He went to Bochum for 4.4 million. Suonen went for 750,000. Nemeth, 2.3 million. Again, you might be surprised about that. Opperman, 80,000. Jonas David, quite a few of these players you've never heard of before. They were kind of, bit part players. 170,000 for him. The goalkeeper, we have brought a new goalkeeper in. So Matteo Raab went for 600,000. And Schonlau, our captain from last season, and a half-decent defender, but he's gone out on loan to Heidenheim. And like I say, you might be surprised about the fact that Glatzel has gone. I've sold our captain, and there's one or two surprising sales in there, but, well, I hope there's a method to my madness. Glatzel, I think he ended up on 20 goals. We could have kept him, and I wouldn't have been sorry to keep him. But bringing in, I mean, to be honest, his value is about 7 or 8 million. But like I've just said, the game will, if it lets you sell a player, it will only let you sell a player for a lower amount. It's very, very rare that you can actually sell a player for his value. So we ended up getting 4.4 million for him. And I thought, you know what, that's better in the coffers where I can maybe go out and bring in some loan strikers or something like that. Because let's face it, this season is going to be very tough, and it's going to be about consolidation. We need to stay in there, and then we can build next season, because the money in the Bundesliga, I think you get about 80 million for winning the Bundesliga, and then it filters down, but every position gets decent money. I would think even if we finished in the bottom half, we're probably going to end up with about 25-30 million. So there's money to be made, and then of course we need to get into Europe. So anyway, let's have a look at who we brought in. So to Real Madrid, their B team, and we brought in on a free transfer. A lot of these are going to be free transfers. You will get used to that. So I am going to play more or less the same style as I was playing last season. Sometimes we'll play with 2 strikers. Sometimes we'll play with 2 attacking mids. So I have beefed up that area. So Theo has come in, 22-year-old Spanish lad, and he's okay. 2.5 star with the potential to be 4. He's got a value of just under 6 million now. We brought him on a free transfer, so it's good. It's good value. Nice next for Alexis Claude Maurice. And again, another free transfer. This lad can play, if we do decide to go a bit wide, he can play on either wing. But he's mainly going to play in that centre attacking midfielder role there. we could actually bump him to an advanced playmaker. But he's got some decent stats, and he has been starting games there for us. And again, free transfer, got a value of 4 million now. So, again, good business. Wolfsburg next for a new goalkeeper, and I did think in the Bundesliga we needed at least a 4-star goalkeeper, and this lad fits the bill. He's 32, but to be fair, 32 for a goalkeeper, he's not particularly old. He's 6'6", so he's a big lad, aerial reach of 16, you would expect, but all his other stats are really, really good, and a value of 11.5 million. Not a bad signing, if I do say so myself. This lad slipped through. I mean, he is only 18, and he may come on. I don't know. It was one of those where the Bundesliga teams released the youth players, and he actually was the best of the bunch. I think he was coming through at about a 4-star potential, so I took a bit of a punt on him. I think we might be lucky if he ends up 2.5 star, but it's one of those. Some you win, some you lose. Another free transfer, Aitor Cordoba, and he is 3.5 star. He's looking like not an awful lot of like forward potential on that, but he is 29 years old, so a lot of experience in there, and he will be vying with Keitel for that defensive midfielder slot. He actually thinks of himself as a centre back, but at 5'11". I mean, okay, he's got a jumping reach of 10, so I think that tells you everything you need to know. He can fill in at centre-back. If we get too many problems there, he can fill in, but he will be playing with Keitel in that ball-winning midfielder role. As you know, Van der Bremt last season was a terrific player for us, but he was on loan, and there was an option there to buy him, but it was about 8 million, and we just don't have 8 million. So I brought in Benno Schmitz, a German lad, so very important. There's not too many German players on the transfer market, but this lad, I think he's going to do all right for us. And we have the young kid Oliveira, and I've got 6 wing backs this season. There's 2 young kids that I promoted that have got great potential. So I'm taking no chances this season. 6 wing backs, go on. Football Manager, do your worst. I'm sure it'll probably injure all of them. But anyway, that's Benno Schmitz, and he's the new right wing back. So, of course, by the time I'd sold all of my strikers, well, I had none. And this was the first sign. It was a bit of I wouldn't say it was a knee-jerk. You have to bear with me with this one. He's only got 2.5 star potential. He's only valued at 1 million. He's 26 years old, and the important thing is he's 6'6". He's got a jumping reach of 20. So my thoughts are that if we do play with 2 strikers, he can definitely play the target forward and just, nod the ball down, or, stick it in the back of the net, nod the ball down for anybody running through, basically. If he can't get his head on the ball, well, I mean, he's a free transfer. I haven't paid any money for him. If it fails, it fails. If it works, well, tactical genius. So sticking with the theme of strikers, this lad's on loan, and Benedict Hollerbach, but we have actually activated the clause at the end of his contract. We've activated that already to buy him, and as you can see there, 16 for pace, 16 for acceleration. This lad is quick, and I'm hoping he will hit the ground running and start hitting knocking that ball between the 2 white sticks for us. Whether he will, I don't know. It always seems to be a gambling Football Manager with strikers. Sometimes you can have a 2.5 star striker who'll score 25 goals. Other times, a 4.5 star striker, he doesn't know what that white round thing is for. So basically, he's in on loan. We have got we've activated the option already to buy him at the end of the season. I mean, it could be a big mistake. It could be a massive hit. I don't know. We'll have to see with this lad. Centre-backs next, and it's going to get a little bit confusing because Paul Jekyll is going to be vying for that centre-back position with another lad that I bought called Jackal. So that's not going to get confusing, is it? But anyway, another German lad, 26 years old, and he's valued at just under 8 million now. Free transfer again, so really good business this. And we're actually, the squad value is increasing with all of these free transfers that I'm bringing in. But a very, very solid player, reasonable on his left foot, very strong on his right, so we can play either of those two positions. 3.5 star, and I think he's going to do a good job. Another loan player, Samaila Koulibaly, and he's come from Borussia Dortmund. He's come in as a 3.5 star. He's only 20. He's got 5-star potential, and well, he has been starting games for us. He's kind of very left-footed, which is not a bad thing in my eyes. He can play on that left side, and I think that Koulibaly on loan for the season, he's got a value of 3.9 million at the end of the season. Maybe if he has a good one, then we could possibly go in and try and sign him permanently. And then the last central defender is Frederic Jackal. He's the other central defender. So we've got a Jackal and a Jackal. We've actually paid money for this lad, 1.4 million. There wasn't an awful lot on the market, so my only option other than free transfers and loans was to go in and buy somebody. But I think he's a good buy. I think he's well worth 1.4 million. We've kind of doubled our money on him. He's got a value of 2.6 now, but he's quite quick, 16 for pace. Got a great jumping reach, 6'4", and well, he can mark and tackle as well, which as a central defender is very important. So as you can see there, we've had quite a big overhaul of the squad. Now, whether that will work, I mean, we'll have a look at dynamics in a second. Whether that will work on the pitch, particularly early doors until they all bed in, I don't know. But I just felt like I wanted my own team. The team that I took over wasn't my team. There were a lot of loan players in there that I hardly used. They've all gone back. I brought my own signings in. So I feel like this is more of my own team. Certainly the forward line now is virtually brand new. They're all the players that I've signed. And, well, you know, you live or die by your decisions, don't you? So whether those decisions will prove to be good ones, well, only time will tell. But I don't think we can, take too much from this season. We need to stay away from that relegation area. And, try and get maybe just under mid-table would do for the first season. Get some money in, and then we can start strengthening a bit more. And talking about dynamics, team cohesion is good. Club atmosphere, very good. There's one unhappy player at the club, and that's the young right-back, Nicolas Oliveira. And, well, he was disappointed not be able to join Kaiserslautern on loan. Why would you want to go to a team who are not as good as we are? Makes no sense. It's another bonkers football manager thing, but there you go. But fortunately for us, nobody's agreeing with him, and we've promised him that he can go if the right bid comes in. But I've set quite a high price on him. He's not going out on loan. He is going to be a top player. I mean, if we just have a look at his stats, he's a very, very good player. He's only 20, this lad, and I mean, he's got German as his second nationality, which is great. And he's got 5-star potential. So it's not surprising teams are coming in for him. The season preview, to be honest, if you gave me that now, I would take that. For a whole season, finishing 14th, I would take that now. Because at the end of the day, we just need to get in this league, stay here, get some money through the, into the bank, and then we can start moving forward. But to be quite honest, it's a little bit too near the relegation area. I would like to maybe be, say, 11th or 12th position would do me for the season. Tactics-wise, I think we are going to play something like this. But like sometimes we will play with 2 strikers and 1 attacking mid. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to see whether it works or not. My thoughts are that, playing with 2 strikers in the Bundesliga, I don't know, I'm not quite sure. But I have been alternating between this and 2 strikers in the pre-season friendlies. But we'll have a look at that in a second. Staffing wise, as you know, if you watched any of my saves, I like these bar charts to be all hitting the top, and at the moment they're not. But I have asked the board for more coaches, and they've agreed to it. So I've got a set piece coach coming in, and I've got a possession coach and a defensive coach as well. So 3 new coaches coming in. That should hopefully bring that bar chart on the coaching side up. The scouting system, if you remember when I took over, we're allowed 6 scouts. I think we had 10 or 11. And when I looked at some of them, I didn't really take too much notice, but I have just now had a look at them. And some of them, believe it or not, were a 3 or 4 out of 20 for, looking at players potential-wise and ability-wise. Absolutely awful. So anyway, virtually all my scouts were out of contract. I've fired them all off, and I'm bringing a brand new scouting team in. Hopefully that will rise that bar chart. I have asked for more physios and other sports scientists. They won't give me them at the moment, so there's not a lot I can do with that side of it. And we're not looking too bad on the coach responsibilities screen. Like I say, I have gone in for a defending tactical coach. So he's coming in. He's just looking at a contract at the moment. And possession-wise, we've got another coach coming in for that, and a set-piece coach. So I'm not sure if we've got a goalkeeping coach coming in as well, but I am trying to sort the staffing out a little bit better now we're in the Bundesliga. So the schedule is a little bit of a weird start to. It's not on there, but about the 7th and 8th of July, we played some kind of a cup competition, and we won the semi-final, and then we got beat in the final. It's not on there, so I'm not entirely sure what it was. Whether it was some kind of training camp, I'm not sure. But anyway, other than that, the friendlies have gone okay. The first round of the DFB Pokal, we had a nice 5-2 win away from home at Redden, and we're through to the second round, where we will play last season's, they were breathing down our neck all season, weren't they? St. Pauli, we've got them at home. I hope this game doesn't play like it normally plays, where bogey teams from last year are still your bogey team. It shouldn't be like that, should it really? But anyway, but as you can see there, we've got Stuttgart and Wolfsburg, the first 2 games, and they are predicted, I think, to finish 5th and 6th in the league. So quite a difficult start to the season. One more player due through the door. Hopefully we'll get him. Jessic Gancam. I don't know. Jessic Gancam. Another striker. He's 3.5 or 3-star with the potential to be 3.5. Whether we get him or not, I don't know. You can never tell until they actually walk through the door. But as a pressing forward, very aggressive, very brave. He's got great determination, really good work ethic, and quite quick as well. Pace of 17, acceleration of 15. So I think we have replaced last season's strikers, and to be honest, I think we're much stronger up front now. And as far as the club vision goes, you might know, the board just want us to avoid relegation from the Bundesliga. Hopefully we'll be doing a lot better than that. It's going to be difficult because there's some very, very good teams in the Bundesliga. But, it's the promised land in Germany, isn't it? That's where you want to be. There's decent money for finishing in every position. And should you be able to get into Europe, then obviously that's more money and the chance to build your squad. But be competitive in the cup as well. At the moment, they're quite pleased with that because, we won the first round. And the development centre not looking too bad either. We've got some decent young players in there. We've got an attacking mid here who's a 2.5-star with the potential to be nearly 5. Omar Magid, and already 18 years old. He's looking very, very good. But we do have quite a lot of young players. I mean, let me just show you the young players that we've got. So basically, so this lad here, he's 20 years old. He's a 2.5-star with the potential to be 5, a right wing back. And like I say, this season, I've got 6 of them. So he looks to be progressing very, very nicely, and we've had quite a few offers for him. And on the opposite side, we've got Noah Katabach. We did have him last season, and he's a 23-year-old, so he's not a young kid, but he has got 3.5-star potential. So both sides now, both wing backs, we've got 3 for each side. Hopefully, that will sort out any shenanigans by Football Manager. And that's you completely up to date now. All that's left to do now is to, well, let's start playing a few games because, you know, we need to hit the ground running. I don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's going to be easy, but we do need to start putting a few points on the board. We can't afford to lose 2 or 3 games at the beginning of the season and find ourselves in that relegation area, because it will be very, very difficult to get away from. So after all of that waffling, I think we actually have time to fit a game in. It's Stuttgart at home. Let's get our season underway, shall we? So a little bit of a catch-up then before we get into this game. And Bakary Jatta, he was out on loan last season. Before I signed any strikers, I decided that I was going to basically train him up to be a pressing forward. And that's what we're doing at the moment. I think he can play there, but as you can see, all of his stats are on the down low. So now we brought all of these new strikers in, maybe we'll sell him. I have had him on the market for 2.9 million and it's not working. But again, it's another one of those, let's wait and see. Vuskovic is still suspended. Yep, till November 2024, I think. So I'm trying to sell him as well. The game won't let me sell him. I have had a few offers. He even was offered a contract by a club and he turned it down. So again, that would be valuable money coming in, but you know, I just can't sell him. Just looking through the team, I have offered or I have given brand new big fat contracts to quite a few players. Rice in midfield, he's got a new contract. Ramos at the back, again, a new contract. Meffert has got a new contract. And if you remember Laszlo Benz, he was one of those who wanted to triple his wages last season in Bundesliga 2. I couldn't do it. I didn't have the money. The board wouldn't let me do it. However, now we're in the Bundesliga, I have actually given him a fat new contract now, and he's got some worth to him, 7.6 million, and he's, as you can see, stats, he's a very, very good player. And because he was so grumpy last season, I couldn't play him, and basically I had a really good player that was just on the bench or out of favour, and it wasn't great. Anyway, I'm trying not to mess with the team too much. As you know, I have made a lot of changes to the squad, so there are going to be quite a few new players in there, but I'm trying to keep it fairly stable. So we've got the new goalkeeper anyway, Castells. The back four is Maheim, Koulibaly, the lad that we've got on loan. Ramos was here last season. Oliveira was here last season. Cordoba is the new lad coming in at Baldwin midfield player. Keitel unfortunately has picked up an injury, otherwise he would have played. Benz is the new DLP. Rice, like I say, giving him a new contract. He's the box-to-box. We've got Farai. Farai was terrific for us last season. Whether he'll do it in the Bundesliga, I don't know. But he's going to play shadow striker alongside the new French lad, Claude Maurice. And we've got a brand new striker on the pitch, Hollaback. But we do have options on the bench if things are not going well. So always difficult in these situations knowing what to say to the players. The assistant is recommended. Our home form is important to us, so go out there and make the advantage count. It's kind of putting demands on the players, and I don't really like doing that. But then there's not that many. You know what? I'm going to try and put the least pressure on the players, and I'm just going to say go out and give the fans the money's worth. Not going to speak to them too much at this moment in time, so let's just get this game underway. And we are underway, and this game is going to be very difficult against Stuttgart. We need to hit the ground running, and a nice block there at the back. Ramos, I think it was, who blocked that ball. The ball is still coming at us. Ball's in. Oh, I was just going to say the ball's in the back of the net. obviously it was fired very wide. Maheim now was looking like he was going to throw the ball into the crowd. You're the wrong way around, Maheim. Come on now we've got Benz. He's our new, he's not, obviously we had him last season, but what a grumper he had on. And it looked like he was going to leave us, but I have given him a nice new contract. And the ball's in the back of the net. And Hollerbach, our new striker, obviously his first goal of the season, and we are winning 1-0. And that was a very nicely crafty goal. And let's have a look at that one again. So Koulibaly there plays a nice little ball to Benz. Benz plays Maheim down this side, and he'd recovered from trying to throw the ball into the crowd. Puts a lovely crossover straight onto Hollerbach's head. And, well, if he can get 20 goals for us this season, he's not particularly old. I think he'll progress into a really good player. I've just dropped the lads a little bit of praise. It's got one or two smiley faces, green smiley faces, so hopefully that's positive. Oliveira now down that right-hand side. He's very, very out of position now. Can we catch up to that player and put a tackle in? See, that side now, he's very exposed with Oliveira coming so far forward. Slid into the middle, but Maheim there does an amazing job. And Claude Maurice now running right through the centre. Plays to Benz. Benz, lovely ball forward to Hollerbach. And Hollerbach hits the crossbar. And that was as good a counter-attack as you're likely to see. And once again, Benz there as our new DLP. Like I say, he's not really new. But what a terrific ball forward that was. 32 minutes now, and we come back to a Stuttgart corner. Fortunately, that floats harmlessly over the top. So with 10 shots, 4 on target. The XG isn't amazing at the moment, but we do seem to be having the better of the game. Stuttgart, though, do have this highlight. Is this going to be where we nick the ball off them and mount another counter-attack? There's 2 players there, 3 players. Nobody could get near him. Referee, that looked offside to me. He's not going to give that, is he? No. It's 1-1. So a highlight straight from the kick-off. Hollerbach there plays it back to Benz. Koulibaly. I mean, the defence is... Well, we have got a new young lad in there at centre-back. He is obviously going to have to settle in. So we're going to probably expect 1 or 2 little things going on at the back. But we should be able to get on... you know, the 2 centre-backs are quite tall. We should be able to defend corners better than that. Just before half-time now would be amazing time to score. A little ball into the box. And the referee there is not giving a penalty. And the ball is played out to their centre-forward. They've got men streaming forward now. And we do need to keep our wits about us. Ball is played back now. Please tell me Stuttgart are not going to get... They are. Oh, the linesman's flag is up. The linesman's flag is up, so we should go into half-time at 1-1. I'd take a draw today, if I'm honest. Are we going to go to VAR? We are going to VAR. And what is VAR going to say? It is disallowed. So no pressure in half-time talk. I'm just going to say we're doing well and getting shots away. Keep going. Let's just have a look to see if anybody's not performing particularly well. Farai, weirdly, he's not having the best of games. I'm kind of wondering whether... See, Oliveira's not having a good game either. You know what? I think I am going to bring the new lad on. Schmitz is going to come on at right wing back. And I think I might bring another striker on. We're going to bring Uldrikis on, I think, for Farai. And we're going to play with a target forward up top. And let's just see if he can nod the ball down. We'll leave Claude Maurice on attacking mid, on attacking duty. Let's see how we can do with that. So we have gone to the 2 up top now. So 11 shots, 4 on target, XG of 0.96. Stuttgart's conversion rate is much better than ours. 5 shots, 2 on target. The 2-striker system at this moment in time, can we get ahead on that? That's in the back of the net, and it's actually not who you would think. It's one of the centre-backs, and Ramos there has risen to Ben's corner and put the ball in the back of the net for a 2-1. And I thought that was going to be the new giant centre forward that we've got. But no, Ramos there slides the ball at the back of the net. And, well, if you can slide the ball at the back of the net with your head, I don't know. Sometimes my commentaries leave a lot to be desired. But anyway, we do get a highlight straight from the kickoff. So Stuttgart now, we need to try and keep this ball out of the back of the net. Good tackle there. Good tackle by Cordoba. Maurice, though. Maurice, a really poor ball forward. I'm not sure what he was thinking there, but after a great tackle in midfield, we've now put the pressure on ourselves. Can we get that ball away? Koulibaly with a little chip out. And he's actually played a nice ball there. Hollaback now, he's running through the centre and gets foul there. I mean, is that a sending off, referee? Nope, it's just a yellow card. 72 minutes, 2 more changes. Schumacher has come on at left wing back. And I've also brought Meffert on as the ball-winning midfield player. And Meffert, again, another one of those with a big, fat new contract. 74 minutes now. So, as you would expect, Stuttgart now are looking for this equaliser and possibly a winner. So they are going to get quite a lot of highlights here. Playing the ball through the centre. And ball there, and we do seem to have switched off. Ball's in the back of the net. No flag. That looks like it's 2-2. I think we're just going to drop the lads a bit of encouragement. Benz now. We do have some big lads there. And, oh, very nearly. Benz again. Whips the ball into the box. Meffert now is going to chase this down. And he's just going to play a little ball there to Schmitz, the new right wing back. And we get one of these silly goal line technology things. 84 minutes, last change. I brought Theo on, and he's going to play as a playmaker, an advanced playmaker. Benz is just going to drop back a little bit. I mean, can we get that ball forward to the two strikers? I'd take a 2-2, but it'd be very nice to get the winner. And we are still on an attacking mentality. I don't want to drop to any kind of defensive mentality. 4 minutes of time added on. It looks like it's maybe going to finish 2-2. We do have one last chance, though. Benz gets to flirt this ball in the box again. Can we get a last minute, last second winner? Oh, we have! Oh, we have! And it's Ramos again. The central defender rises really well, puts the ball in the back of the net, and it looks very much like we've snuck this one. 3-2. Snuck. It's a word. Believe me. If it wasn't, it is now. We've snuck it in the dying seconds, and that's full time. And what a win. 3-2. A great start to life in the Bundesliga. And can we finish the season now? Because, well, we're in third place, and I think that would give us a Champions League spot. I know, that's a bit silly. It's not going to finish like this, but what a great win. Well, you could knock me down with a feather. I really didn't expect that. I thought having, you know, I've disrupted the squad quite a lot. It is, I feel like it's my team now, but there's a lot of players gone out, a lot of players come in. I think in all my time playing Football Manager, that's one of the biggest changes to a squad that I've ever done. And generally when you do that, you know, until the players start to blend, that's if they do blend, you know, the play is not great, and you do get some very disjointed displays. But that was brilliant. The 2 goals conceded, not so great, but something to work on there. Anyway, bit of a transfer special there. There's been a lot of information to impart, and just the one game today, but it's been a 3-point episode with just one game played. I'll take that all day long. We'll see you next time.